Hi, this is John Bennett, the Travel Ball Dad. I'm sitting here with Charlie, who is with Blast Motion. And Charlie, is it Caccamo?
Caccamo, yes.
Caccamo, wonderful. Charlie Caccamo with Blast Motion, the only approved bat sensor from the Major Leagues is what they do. And what I wanted to do today, Charlie, is kind of learn more about what you guys are up to. And the followers for the Travel Ball Dad primarily are youth athletes, parents of youth athletes, and with so many options available today from a sensor perspective,
Sure.
wanted them to understand what you guys are doing that's cutting edge and what differentiates Blast Motion, and so they can consider using that for their athletes to see how they can improve the various sports you guys touch and how they might expect to help their youth athlete improve.
Absolutely. So what we really try to focus on here at Blast is accuracy and ease of use. So there's been third-party competitor testing done on all the sensors in the market, and Blast came out pretty far on top in terms of accuracy. And then ease of use is a huge part of what we do here. We understand that to be used in any practice or especially in a game, it's going to take being extremely seamless within the workflow of a coach and his players or her players. So part of that we do is dynamic calibration. So you never have to hold still to calibrate your sensor in your load position or laying the bat down in front of the plate. You can pop the sensor on the bat. There's a smart battery inside the sensor, and you're ready to take actions. You'll have 13 swing metrics beamed up onto your mobile device after every swing. And then another part that we do is our video. So we have something called smart video capture, where a coach can set up a video on a tripod or take video, prop it up against a bucket, and take continuous video. And that video will be automatically cut up by our app into individual swing clips that are overlaid by metrics and go into slow motion when the hitter activates their swing.
Well, I got to be honest with you. Very excited this evening to try this, to try the product, Blast Motion. This morning, my son and we received one yesterday.
Great.
So we're going out to the yard tonight or the ballpark rather, to try it. But I was very impressed with the ease of connecting it to the phone, scanning the QR code on the back of the device, and how it was very seamless, very easy. And we've tried other products. And so we're very excited to compare and contrast. And one of the things that we would like to do is to give an honest feedback after the session tonight, so we can talk about our experience personally. And we're talking today, and I'm hopeful that it's the best experience ever. But the Travel Ball Dad's got to be agnostic, right? We love everybody, but giving that true feedback. But the first experience we had today, not only was it the connecting of the device, but it was the wireless charging. So to be able to put it on a station and not have to worry about connecting and you don't even turn the thing on. That was the cool part. There was no on button. It just happened. It's magic. So it was kind of cool. And I work in the technology world, so I appreciate those as well as the app. What version of the app are you guys on? Have you had an update recently?
So we actually have an update coming out. We're sending it to the App Store today.
Cool.
And this is our next generation application. And it's going to just work even more seamlessly within the workflow of coaches and players. You're going to be able to view even more information about your swing, including graphs and trends over time. It's going to work more seamlessly with our online portal service as well.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to be able to upload multiple videos at once. And, coaches are eventually going to be able to just log into their players' sensors to view their metrics during a practice setting, where instead of having to make their players bring their phones out if they want to view metrics, you can just tap right into their sensor and view their metrics, take videos, associate that with their account. It's a lot of really cool things that are coming out, and we're really excited for you guys to get your hands on it.
Oh, that's good stuff. So maybe we'll do an update before we go to the ballpark this evening, just to make sure we got the latest.
It's just getting sent to the App Store tonight, apparently. Okay. And so it won't be in the App Store for a couple more days. But
we'll hang tight. Well, tell me this. What other sports outside of baseball and softball, because obviously the bat sensor you guys are doing tremendous things with, but talk more about the other sports that you guys are helping provide metrics to youth athletes to create those baselines and be able to measure improvement.
Yeah, so we also work with golf. as well as basketball. But golf and baseball are really our two main focuses right now.
Mm-hmm.
And our golf team does an amazing job. Where our founder is a big golfer, and they do an incredible job, especially on the educational side of things. And they have certification programs that coaches from around the country can get certified either online or coming into the office. And we even travel around the country sometimes to do those certifications. And actually over 160 professional golfers use Blast on a weekly or daily basis to actually most of them focus on their putting. This past weekend, I believe it was the Genesis Open. I'm on the baseball side of things, so I'm not positive, but 7 out of the top 10 finishers are Blast users. So it's extremely well regarded in the golf world, and that's been really exciting to see those guys work.
Well, it's all about capturing the data, right? And once you get the data, how do you use it in a manner that's going to help you with your putting stroke or your right, the plane, and to be able to monitor improvement on quickness and bat speed. And on the other sports, I noticed there's the track component as well as the basketball component that you talked about where it clips on you. So for those parents that aren't aware that it does a lot of different things, the ability for it to increase or to measure an increase in vertical jump, for example, or its acceleration. Those are the areas that I had no idea, but it just makes sense, right? With the gyroscope or whatever is in that device, to be able to measure the improvements over time, to be able to monitor your athlete, your son or daughter, I think is pretty tremendous. And it's all about using what's out there to our best advantage to help our kids improve, if that's what they want, right? It's
about receiving the objective feedback. So the sensor has no agenda, it's just telling you what's actually happening in the swing. Even video, as great as video can be to, analyze jump technique or swing technique, in my case, it still is a 2-dimensional video. So you can view that video and do, as much analysis as you'd like, but the data coming from the sensor is completely unbiased, which is what makes it really powerful.
Well, tell us about yourself. You mentioned you're on the baseball side of the house. What kind of baseball background do you have?
I grew up in Berkeley, in El Cerrito, California, and played ball at El Cerrito High School for 4 years, and then went to Occidental College up in LA for 4 years. And then actually just graduated about 9 months ago, and another Occidental alum gave me a call and told me about Blast, and it was an opportunity I definitely couldn't turn down. I was actually coaching a collegiate summer ball team out in Colorado when I got the call, and it was a great way to be able to stay involved in baseball and get into the business world. And, I don't know if you can see the palm trees behind me, but living down here in Carlsbad is definitely not a bad place to be.
I used to umpire for quite some time, and it was an excuse to go up to the ballpark for work.
Yeah,
right? So
absolutely,
that's a great day when you can do that. So
yeah.
It sounds like you're having fun. What kind of, from a vision perspective and upcoming goals for Blast, what are you guys looking to do in the next year as far as, hey, we might put our toe in the water for this particular sport, or we'd like to be able to provide this metric for baseball or softball that we aren't yet able to provide? What's coming down the pipe?
Sure. So we actually have a couple new metrics that we're really excited to come out with in the next couple weeks or months here that are going to tell an even greater story about the swing. Really go into, we can deduce from the sensor what's happening with the body during the swing actually, which is incredibly powerful stuff that the people downstairs that are a whole lot smarter than me have figured out. And so they are going to be coming out with that pretty soon. We're also working on developing our athletic performance sensor to a higher level to be able to use it in a combine setting. And then we launched our online portal service a few months ago, and everything that we do here is still growing on a daily basis. Every algorithm, everything is still in progress, and so watching all that grow has been great.
How old is the company?
So the company was started about 6 years ago. Okay. Our baseball sensor came out to market about a year and a half ago.
Well, you guys have come on like barnstormers, and so Carlos Correa is your man, and he's doing some pretty cool things with it as well as the other big leaguers. What are some of the responses the big leaguers have? Because having seen Hall of Famers from an umpire's perspective, there's just something different about a big leaguer's bat speed. It's fast. It's just quick, and that it is what it is. What are some of the things that they like the most about the product?
So what's interesting that we've actually found out is that it's not necessarily their bat speed that is that much different. There's high schoolers all around the country that can swing the bat just as fast as a major leaguer.
Wow.
It's much more so about their efficiency. So it's about how efficiently they get on plane and then get through the baseball. So being able to find out, just collect all of this data from so many major leaguers. We are currently working with over a dozen teams in some capacity, and some teams we're not allowed to talk about. Other teams like the Astros who have, a sensor in every player in their organization's hand, or on their bat, I should say. But so the players have really started to, because it started in the front office and they were just collecting the data, and now they're really giving it to the coaches and, giving them information on how to actually improve the player's swings. So it's been a lot about that sort of thing. So getting on plane early and being efficient. And obviously
through the zone, I guess the
exactly
time through the zone, that stays in the zone.
Exactly.
Well, you have to kind of go down that Moneyball kind of path from a data perspective, right? Leveraging data and using it to your advantage. And Billy Bean started a long time ago down the street from you guys. Well, heck, probably been to numerous Oakland games, being up from
grew up a diehard A's fan. Still am a diehard A's fan. I actually have an A's coffee cup right behind my computer here.
Awesome. So yeah, you're kind of going down that path. It's the next iteration, right? So it's taking these metrics and making them do good things. And it just amazes me when I'm 43 years old and having the ability to see how my son's swing plane looks and what we can do to differentiate it. There's just so many good things out there. But like I said, very eager to try it out this evening, and we'll give a full report and let everyone know as well. But I'm very excited and happy for you guys with your success. I mean, being affiliated with the big leagues and the only one to be in that spot, that says a lot. Be cool. Are you guys planning on doing anything with the home run derby?
We have a couple different agreements with Major League Baseball on what we are a part of. So we actually most recently have been a part of USA Baseball's PDP event, which is their prospect development pipeline, I believe. So they had a sensor on every player's bat for their first 5 or 6 events. And that's been a really cool thing to see too, is being able to use this in the recruiting process. So I'm sure that within a couple of years here, teams are going to be, because they're using it with their own players, they're going to be comfortable enough with the technology and the data that they're receiving that they're going to want to see prospects with this, getting the data from the prospects as well. So that's been a huge focus for us as well.
It's all about compiling the data in an organized fashion, right? Well, this is all great. Last question, I'll let you go, Charlie. I know you got a lot going on. What are the 2 metrics that youth travel ball players or youth athletes in general should focus on the most, in your opinion, that you guys provide?
Absolutely. So for me, I was taught my entire life to swing down on the baseball, point A to point B, and just being able to be around some of these incredibly, incredibly smart people, and being able to see this data that hasn't really existed before, along with, StatCast data and things like that. It just, you have to swing up at the baseball. And, coming in here and using the sensor, I would, think that I was taking a positive approach angle and it would still be negative. And it took me a while to really get used to that. And, now I can consistently, because I've been using the sensor and have that objective feedback, I can consistently swing with a positive bat path angle or attack angle. And so that's one thing. And then I would probably say, keep your swing speed up. I think that going through different use cases is a huge thing, especially for younger kids. So if you're hitting off of a tee and you see your swing speed is at 60 miles an hour, and then, you pop the sensor on during a game and you can leave the mobile app at home and the sensor has a flash drive on it, so you can store all that data from in game if you like.
Wait, stop right there. The sensor has a flash drive on it to where you can connect that to the device? I haven't learned that yet.
Absolutely. So the sensor has a flash drive in it that can store up to 1,000 swings. So you can pop the sensor on in any environment as long as it's charged, and it'll collect all of that data for you. And when you connect back to your phone, it'll automatically sync that data to your phone.
How cool is that a differentiator amongst the competitive products out there? Are you guys the only ones doing that?
I'm not sure. We definitely have the largest range on that, so you can take up to 1,000 swings.
That's the first I've heard of that. So
yeah,
you try to be pretty diligent in understanding it. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's how the major league teams use it generally. Is they will go in and do the in-app video sometimes because it's such a powerful tool, but a lot of times they just have the sensor on the bat. They're collecting the data. They don't need any mobile devices around. You don't see, Carlos Correa walking out to the field with his phone so that he can hit.
Give me a second.
That's part of the ease of use thing that I was talking about.
Dude, that's so cool. Very excited to share this with the masses, and you guys are obviously doing cool things. Let's stay in touch, and
absolutely,
we'll give you our feedback, and I'm very excited. Can't say it's going to be great, but I'm sure it will be. But thank you so much for the time, and give my best to the team and Christine and everyone out there. So we're very appreciative and looking forward to talking to you again.
I will. Thank you very much. We're excited to hear what you think.
Thanks, bud.
Have a great one.
Bye, sir.